Hi, my name is Joseph Rittenhouse. I'm your financial educator and coach. I'm here in Moab, Utah at the Arches National Park. I would like to clear up an idea. Often in YouTube videos that I make and on my Facebook page and books that I read, I'm often talking about how I would like people to retire, get away from your job, get away from your 9 to 5. But I'd like to clear that up because some people are like, Joe, some people really like their job. And I understand that. And I'm sure there's parts of your job that you really enjoy. I enjoyed many parts of my job before. I actually miss some of the jobs I did in the past. I don't think I've ever had a job, from flying airplanes to making pizza. There was never 100% of that job that I didn't like. There was always something I could find with the job that I enjoyed. What I would argue is that you're actually not working enough. And what I mean by that is that the job that you're probably doing right now, the 9 to 5 job, there's probably not a complete usage of your skills and your talents and your abilities and your passion. And I would argue that it'd be a good idea for you to get away from that restrictive job and actually do your real job, your real work. Your real work is going to be work that uses everything you enjoy, everything that you're good at. It's going to be something that feels natural. What bothers me is when I see friends and family come home from their job and they're not happy and they're stressed out. Maybe even time with family is affected because of their job. Their free time is impacted by their job. They don't have enough free time. Their health is affected by their job. I would like to see people happier when they go do their job. And I feel like if you're not happy, you're probably not doing the right natural job for you. And what I mean by I want you to do more work is I would like you to do whatever you can to get away from the traditional job, either real estate. That's just all I share with you. Maybe it's not the best way. There's probably other ways, but that's just the way I learned that I could get away from that world of having to go do a job. And now with my free time, I get to do more of the work that I've always enjoyed. I joke a little bit about my whole journey in life was about trying to get back to when I was 10 years old again. When I was 10, I used to ride my bike, collect baseball cards, chew bubble gum, explore, and to me that was fun. And then went to school and they said, no, now you got to go to school and get good grades and you got to go get a job, and it didn't feel right, and it's not what I wanted to do. I just wanted to be 10 years old and play like a 10-year-old. There were some jobs that I did. Flight instructing. I really loved flying, but it wasn't the type of flying that I wanted to do. I had to fly when other people told me to fly. I had to teach the topic that I was supposed to teach. And it was tiring. It wasn't exciting and giving me more energy. It was actually draining my energy. So there were parts of that flight instructing job that I really enjoyed, but it wasn't the kind of work that I wanted. Then when I became a bus driver instructor, I really loved driving. Even now I miss driving. It was a lot of fun. You got to go around, you got to talk to people. As an instructor, I got to do public speaking. I got to prepare lessons, I got to give lessons. But it wasn't the type of driving that I wanted to do. I wanted to drive more, I wanted to teach more, but when you're teaching people how to drive a bus, it's repetitive. There's only one way to pretty much learn how to drive a bus, and after you teach so many people, you just keep teaching the same thing over and over again. So it wasn't exactly what I wanted. I wanted to have a life that was the kind of work that was using the best of me. It was flying, it was teaching, it was public speaking, it was preparing lessons, it was improving the lessons, it was getting better at all that, and driving and seeing nature. And that is the perfect job for me. Making these videos is my job, it's my work. I don't get paid for doing this work, but it's a lot of fun. Maybe someday I'll get paid for it, but for me, it's just a fun thing I do. And I would hope that everyone could get away from doing the type of work that's restrictive for them, and they could get into doing work that is a little bit of everything that they enjoy to do, and they can get better at it. There might even be work that I don't know about that I'll enjoy. For example, driving around the country, I really like the national parks. I'm learning a lot about nature, and maybe I can actually give myself more work. So that's the point I'm trying to make, that I'm actually doing more work now than I ever did before. And I'm not against work. I'm just against people that are not playing like a 10-year-old in my situation. I want to see people playing more. I want to see people happy more and using everything that they have inside of them to share with other people, to do a work that's natural and fun. I work harder now than I ever did at my job before. My job before was restrictive. Parts of it I enjoyed and I miss to this day, but a lot of it was not exactly the way I wanted to do things. Now, in this work that I do, I get to do things as much as I want, from as early as I want to as late as I want, and do exactly what I think I'm good at and what feels good to me. I actually work more now than I ever did before. Sometimes I'm reading, writing, video editing, taking pictures. Maybe I'm trying to add something new. Maybe I'm thinking, okay, let's teach about financial education, but let's just do it in an airplane. Okay, the photography, the cinematography is not good enough. Let's get that better. Let's get the speaking, the lessons, doesn't make sense. Let's make that better. So I actually do more work now than I ever did before. So in conclusion, I don't want to confuse you by saying don't work, get away from your job, retire, buy real estate. Maybe there's other ways to do it. The whole real estate thing, that's just the way that I discovered I could get away from that restrictive job and do this job that I really enjoy. And I hope that you can do that as well. Maybe there's other businesses or there's other ways I don't know about. I'm just sharing with you the way that worked for me. So I want to see you have fun. I want to see you playing. I want to let you do the work that you want to do, because that's going to benefit the world the best. Read Ayn Rand, Aynrand, and in her books, The Fountainhead and Atlas Shrugged, she talks about that. I love Ayn Rand, probably my favorite writer, because she talks about this. Do what you're good at and do it all the way. Live completely. Work completely. And if you're doing a job that you're not enjoying completely, you're being a little bit selfish. You're keeping skills and knowledge and abilities from us, the rest of the people in the world. And I would like to see you doing something that you really like. When I see someone working in a library, but they would love to be out in the national parks giving people tours and guides. Or I see somebody who is maybe a teacher, but they would really love to be mountain biking all day long. I would love to see that teacher in the classroom making videos about mountain biking, writing books about mountain biking. They're keeping the knowledge and skills from me by doing a job that they don't actually completely enjoy. If they were doing what they were good at and what they enjoyed, it would benefit the rest of us, it'd benefit the rest of the world. And I benefit the rest of the world the most by doing this, doing things that I really enjoy. And it's the best way that I can live and the best way to be happy for me. And it's also beneficial for the world. So have a good day, and I'd like to see you playing more, doing play work.